Well, this episode is about 30 something years old, and it's literally a mind control episode for children.
Stimpy's Invention premiered in 1992 in late February.
Particularly, this is one of the best well known episodes for Ren and Stimpy. Not not just for the best known song Happy Happy Joy Joy that was later made the name of a documentary. And before we go on with that, I would love to recommend you all the Magic Nose Goblins small Ren and Stimpy documentary by the YouTuber Tabula Rosa. The link's in the description. It's highly interesting. I watch it as like a video podcast. Anyway, Ren and Stimpy's Invention had troubling production, taking almost a year to make. I'm sure the crew, like, Bob Camp or Vincent Waller, looks back after 30 years later and think, hey, maybe it was all worth it just for that one episode. From its public domain music of Andy Dvorak to Bill Ray's beautifully abstract background, to the crazy facial expressions of Ren, of storyboards there, that are just like everyone on that Spunko crew deserves a Medal of Honor because of the hard work they put through, and you can see it, all the sweat, tears, and sweat put into it. Like, if there was, I'm not exaggerating, if there was like a hall of great cartoons, Stimpy's Invention would be in it, alongside Betty Boop's Snow White and Willie the Operatic Whale from Make My Music Disney.
Of all the Ren and Stimpy cartoons, this is one of the best known storyboard episodes because of both Ren and Stimpy's facial expressions, especially like when Ren is struggling to strangle or, hurt Stimpy. You can see all the pain and pure pressure that was struck into this. Like when you pause this frame by frame by frame, there's a new frame every single time.
Now, you can Google on YouTube the storyboards for Stimpy's Invention. There's there's these artwork that is high that is highly incredibly amazing. It was a Bob Kent storyboard, which were one of the most hilarious, damn funny storyboards I've ever seen. Bob pitches the idea of Stimpy's Invention to John Kay, where Ren is forced into, like a guinea pig, into Stimpy's incompetent inventions. And John falls in love. The story is John falls in love with the idea. It amped up his perfectionism and changed the focus of the plot, where Ren has a real pissy fit and Stimpy dedicates himself to making an invention that will or might cure Ren. Basically, Ren's struggling for freedom becomes the main focus plot. And Vanessa Coffey and the executives at Nickelodeon hated the story and felt that kids shouldn't really need to see that. And John Kay really get down on his knees and beg Vanessa to be okay with it all. Like, they disapproved both Space Madness and Stimpy's Invention, and in the end, it would become one of their greatest episodes ever. Really. And both Vanessa and writer Milbick Rob were kind of against this at the point. A quote by Bob Camp: "We killed ourselves on it. That's why we never finished it. We kept fucking with it and fine tuning it. That show was the magical combination. It was my drawings coupled with John being fanatical about this cartoon and not letting up on any point, beating everybody to death to get perfection, such as this scene."
And this is why this is my favorite Ren and Stimpy episode. I debate, it's either this or Man's Best Friend. Just look at these backgrounds and the color and lighting on Stimpy. To look at these paintings, you can tell how much they slaved away on this. Just Stimpy's determination on the happy helmet. Like, this scene was cut out a few points. Vincent Waller said, like, the executives disliked Stimpy's use of a duck to put together the happy helmet, on belief that they would inspire children to imitate ducks as tools, and they thought it looked too painful for a duck because it might hurt it using the beak. And John sent in a note back saying, "No, like this is just a thing that I want to do."
John's perfectionism, pushing envelope. One of the reasons why they got some why that this took a year or forever to make. Like when you Google like or Wikipedia episode, there is a lot that went down on it. One reason why it took forever, not just John, but because they were getting so many pushback, such as this scene of the
Hey, it works!
I do love the sound effect of him forced into a smile that sounds like a wrench or some tool here. This is basically what a cartoon mental breakdown looks like. Besides the background that hides the emotions, there's the scenes where Ren attempts to resist the effect of the happy helmet and has a series of facial expressions which shows the difficulty of his smile.
Stimpy, I'm so happy!
even Ren's maniacal laughter, written by John K. or Billy West, is both abstract and off the walls, especially when Ren is having his mind controlled by the happy helmet, which is tearing apart mentally and physically. It's like part horror, comedy, and part cartoon. Like Ren has this dialogue. He says the word "go," G.
I must go do nice things! Oh, joy!
On Stimpy's Invention, John would, after the drawing's been shot, John would fix them. He would fix the drawings. After the scene was all done and finished, he would grab the scenes, take them into his office, lock the door, and wouldn't let them go out of studio until he did his whole perfectionism on them. And that's why some of the main reasons why it was an incredibly emotional, horrible time for everybody on the crew there. And like, bless their hearts for dealing with.
You know, this is both funny and disturbing at the same time, especially when the camera shows a hard shot at Ren. And who can forget the Happy Happy Joy Joy by Chris Riccardi and the Screaming Lederhosen.
Look, I know there was already a big documentary back in 2020 of the Ren and Stimpy story, and one on YouTube. I feel like there should be a mini documentary of behind the scenes of this episode, Stimpy's Invention, because like you Wikipedia, you go through it, like the whole history of this is actually pretty fascinating. If you want to look into that, it's highly fascinating, interesting from Bill Ray's backgrounds, which really chews up the scene, to all of Ren and Stimpy's amazing face expressions. What I really cannot explain what networks pick up or don't pick up. If you have any friends that are that are in the animation industry, you can ask them of what the difference is there. And that's one of the reasons why because I did promise I would review one of the Ren and Stimpy episodes, because there's so many good ones back in season 1 that need praising, especially the hard work that the Spomko crew broke their back into. So tell me, what's your favorite Ren and Stimpy episode? Do you have any? Because I certainly have a of a handful I like to go down, really.